Hi, I just thought I would show off my latest progress. I haven't really done much with the gameplay yet. I fixed some bugs, and I added some... For starters, the first thing I did is I actually removed the transparency, so there's this black here, which I feel is just better. So you can actually see. And also, we've got a new mouse cursor, which you can see right away. There you go. Now we've got a proper mouse cursor. It's kind of inspired by the mouse cursor of Humongous Games. I also fixed the bug finally. Turns out it wasn't linked to the inventory at all. Turns out it was I was actually reinitiating the verbs like walk to, interact, and now use item in every single screen. So that was what caused some issues here and there, but that's fixed now. This room is still rather empty, unfortunately. And I'm really waiting, hoping for some Australian speaker who could help me with like voice recording. I feel Mr. Turtle is of Australia. Also, I fixed the font because somebody was complaining about it, rightfully so. I still haven't fixed this issue, to be honest. The fact that he's turning away is not... she's turning away is not always on purpose. There's one purpose. And this would actually only show up if you checked your keyhole. Otherwise, it's gonna tell you that you should talk to your friend Bunniver on the phone. Should have done that, I guess. So yeah, her turning away whenever Mr. Turtle talks is currently a bug that I don't really know what's going on there. And yeah, this is still the Dream Disk text. I might keep it for the Dream Disk version as well, which I'll show right after. Yeah, I remember when it was back in my youth, everybody said it was a 128-bit console, the Dreamcast. Yes, nerds, always behind their screens. This is the first time, this is the only time I really wanted the character to not turn towards the turtle. Because it's breaking the fourth wall. It's a little gag. Um, yeah, the inventory is working. We haven't really implemented the actual inventory interaction yet, but okay, there's still some bugs. One thing I haven't fixed yet is the screwdriver when you... Okay, so when you pick up the screwdriver, it... oh wait, no it doesn't. Okay, did I fix that? I really... Okay, this is a strange bug then, because I remember it showing up. Oh wait, I think I know what I did wrong in the script. Yeah, okay, never mind. I put it there technically, even though it's no longer there, That's just an entry thing that I can remove in the enter script. I'm really fond of the map that I did here. Basically what I did is I took a photo of my mom. I stretched it about too far. I probably should fix that. Basically this is the middle part is what I photographed, and then I kind of stretched it out. Probably should redo that. But this is one of my mom's pieces of furniture, and then I put a piece of paper on top, and these are actually all kind of based on existing on emojis, and I just traced the emojis and made it my own kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's creative use of little resources, and yeah, the piece of paper was just an empty piece of paper that I photographed in that. So yeah, it's 10 minutes to 6 a.m. over here. I haven't slept all night, unfortunately. I'm in pretty dire straits right now, so I'm really kind of hoping that I will manage to get some help, and like, of course I'll repay people in some way, one way or another. But yeah, I think I'm at the point where I probably want to run a GoFundMe, because I really don't know any other. I don't really have another idea. I'm really running out of money. I have just barely enough to feed my cat right now. Not really enough to feed myself. And yeah, situation is really bad right now. Still looking for a job every day, aside of coding. I sleep maybe like 2-3 hours a day. Yeah. Anyhow, I fixed a bug here. I forgot the name of the streamer. But somebody streamed my game in their N64 Bro Game Jam video, and they noticed that there was like an invisible door here, which is was kind of an artifact from some older code that I just copy and pasted in. Also, the bushes are no longer reacting. I had made a mistake. You could actually like duplicate the item here. You could actually duplicate that, and that's no longer the case. Okay, so I've got that one going. It's a fairly simple game so far. I really want to add a lot more content, obviously. And now we've got this one, and when I go here, yep, this no longer... If I had like gotten back here, she would have picked up another piece of putty indefinitely, so that one was fixed, thankfully. Right. And then one thing I've sort of implemented already, you can sort of... Problem is it's not really working yet. So yeah, I need to implement that still properly. So it's still all scripted. And when you go back here, there's like a lot of randomized. Okay, so far it's come back later. That's still a bug with the interactivity. If you want me to work faster, you might have to turn the clock. So if you're really stuck here in the puzzle, I figured, okay, I'll give some hint. There's only one clock in this game so far. So you gotta go back here. And then you... Boom. Forwarded a couple hours, and now if we go outside, this is a bug I really haven't been able to resolve yet. So I resolved the inventory, that is now still staying lit. But for whatever reason, the cursor is not staying lit no matter what I do. Even though the cursor is... all of this is index based. All of this is based on 256 colors in an index system. And I'm not indexing these colors. They're on top of the index. So these colors shouldn't be concerned, but I think there's like an issue in the way the cursor is being rendered. So no matter what I do, the cursor changes color based on the RGB, what's it called, RGB levels. But yeah, this works. So and I'm just gonna finish this game now, this little demo, which will be greatly extended soon. And I'm gonna leave you with my own voice.
Hey there, thanks for playing through my very small vertical slice. There's a lot more to come. I'm also partaking in the Dream Disc Game Jam. Everything that I do for the Dream Disc Game Jam will be backported to the N64. Hopefully there will be a voice recording finally. I really wanted to do voice acting for this version as well. Unfortunately, the people I wanted to work with were rather busy, and I focused mainly on squashing a lot of bugs. There's a long list of bugs in that game. The inventory system didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. The dialogue system I'm actually currently working on because it's only January 31st, so I've got one more day while I'm recording this. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes well. If you want to learn more about my games and about my work in general, check out my YouTube. Bye.
Okay, so that's for the N64 part. Now I would like to show off the Dreamcast port, just because I'm really kind of fond of the little boot screen I did. So I'm going to turn off the console. This shouldn't interfere, hopefully. Alright. If you see black, that's normal. Yeah, let me see. Just a sec. Then there's screen capture. There you go. There we are. Turning on desktop audio. Right, there we are. And there's my little icon. So this is basically the same thing, just a lot smoother, I feel. Mouse is a bit fast. I ended up like I can't find my Dreamcast console right now. I still have to look for it. I don't know where it is, and especially not where my controller is. So I need to look for these things. But this is a lot smoother than on the N64. So yeah, this is just showing it off a little. Yep, everything pretty much working just right. And I'm just emulating a mouse here, and I'm using my touchpad because I don't have a USB switch right now. So, but yeah. So that's that for that. And then we go straight to the next topic, actually. So I figured I'd take the opportunity to show off just a little screenshot of my process here on the... oh, this might be hard. Just a sec. I might have to plug in my mouse again. Okay. Hopefully we're still there. Yeah, looks all to be all right. So let me zoom in here a bit. So I figured I'd do like a little kind of like a late '90s or early '90s ad, like a typical classical kind of ad, like you would find in a print magazine. Obviously, you wouldn't find the emulator stuff on top, but I wanted to be transparent about it. Um, yeah, so this is my little. This is one of the screenshots, one of the uh, in-game scenes from OceanThrill, and I figured I would include a little comical satire of yeah, a certain president. So yeah, basically the a certain thing he's done this year about Epstein. When he was talking about Epstein, I figured, hey, this is so horrible, such a horrible thing to say, but at the same time, it's meme worthy. So I figured, hey, let's just put that into my game. Um, as you can see here, there's like different variations. There's every system obviously has its own strength. Um, ZX Spectrum is kind of limited. The ZX Spectrum next, it's not far off from like an Amiga and Atari ST if you compare these two to this one here. Um, it actually even has a slightly better palette, um, which is almost on par with like the PC. But the thing is, the the resolution is it's rather low. It's 256 by 192 instead of 320 by 200. So I had to make some cuts, but I actually quite like it. It's almost like some old Super Nintendo game. I quite like the way it's cropped here. So um, yeah, and originally I drew this on a PC, obviously, and then I made the next versions I made of this is the Amiga version and the Atari ST version. They're basically identical because the engine is kind of limited by what the Atari ST can do. It's limited to 16 colors. It's gonna be a lot more colorful still. There's gonna be a lot of differing and stuff. But this is kind of I kind of liked having this gray tone, skin tone, kind of like my friend. One of my friends said he kind of looks like an NPC. So and then the little grub stain here. Not a very clean president. And yeah, it took me a while to get the Commodore 64 version working. Originally, I thought about doing it in high res, which didn't look too bad. But let me see if I have it here. Um, do I have it here still? Oh yeah, he's called Ronald Dumpstein in the game. He's called Ronald Dumpstein. No, I'm afraid I don't have it open right now. Um, but yeah, I'll probably show off the cut content at some point. Um, but yeah, I ended up. At first, I was really frustrated, but then I eventually managed to get some good image out of the multicolor mode, and I think the multicolor mode is probably the better choice because I can't really switch. Like if I could switch per screen, if that was a possibility, then sure I would probably just use like a high res mode, and but obviously that's not an option. So I think I'm gonna settle on the multicolor mode, 16 colors, because if I do high res mode, it's 4 colors, and there's color clashes just like on the ZX Spectrum. Um, there's no such thing on the Amstrad, thankfully. So that was quite nice to work with. Um, yeah, the Amstrad version I'm quite fond of, even though like definitely could probably use some rework here and there. But I really like the way the blue and the tears is coming out. And he had on the ZX Spectrum. Um, actually, I don't think I've announced it yet. Last year, before I lost my job, before all this stuff happened to me, I pre-ordered a ZX Spectrum Next, the Kickstarter version, free in magenta. Should arrive sometime soon. So yeah, the game will also appear on the ZX Spectrum, which I'm gonna be really crazy about, because it's a beautiful computer, beautiful little home computer, and I really like how it's sitting in between probably like a C64 and then an Amiga almost. I would say in terms of capabilities. Obviously, the image quality is a lot better than on a C64. The resolution is much higher, much more colors, but it's still quite a bit below Amiga from what I've seen. I haven't used it yet outside of emulation, so I can't really tell you. But yeah, I'm quite fond of this thing. I did it at like about an hour ago when it was already 5 in the morning. So yeah, probably not the greatest work known to mankind, but I'm quite fond of it. I like doing like that's really what the one thing I really like about following my passion about making retro video games is making them like I would have made them in the 80s or 90s, uh, and having like all sorts of little ads. Um, I just really miss that. I lost a lot of my stuff, a lot of my magazines and everything over the years, but it's really so cool to have these things, and yeah, I kind of miss that in today's world. Even video game magazines are just not the same anymore. Something has really changed about the look, and they don't have these edgy ads anymore, and it's not the same. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it so far for today. I've got some other stuff to show off as well. Somebody in the Scum VM uh, forum on Discord actually managed to get my game. He's working on an Scum VM editor. So basically, Scum version 6, and you can edit the resources, the scripts, the assets, everything, the text from inside the Scum engine, from within the Scum engine of Scum VM. So, say you were in Day of the Tentacle or in my game, you can view all the resources, all the paths, all the hotspots, everything, and you can edit things. You can edit the text, you can edit scripts, you can patch things. It's really cool. It's I kind of coaxed in that direction. He was actually trying to make do with version 5, but then I realized, hey, if he does version 6, that would kind of align with my own interests. So, thankfully, he kind of agreed that was easier to do version 6. So that's gonna be awesome. And in the next video, I'm gonna show off, I guess, some screenshots of what he's done with my game, which is really cool. And yeah, also I got my own little first little commit merged in ScumVM for the Dreamcast version. Actually, if you paid any attention and if you know what ScumVM on Dreamcast normally looks like, normally there's a selector. So, but now in the new version, in the new version of the Dreamcast port, that selector is just skipped entirely. So if you have only one game, it's a really small patch. It's like a 3-line patch, but it's really kind of nice. So now if you're like a hobby game developer, there's no longer this colorful thingamajig that shows up. Instead, you go straight to the game if you only have one game on your disc, which I feel is great for homebrew developers and those who just want to have like old LucasArts games and one disc per game. So I felt that it was really great. But yeah, I'm getting really tired and I'm also hungry. I don't really have anything to eat except like some ramen noodles, but I'll make do. And maybe I'll get some sleep. I need to really take care of my financial situation. So I really want to work on these things. I have a lot more to show off. This is just one of these funny things I thought I would show off. Um, yeah, I'm really fond of how this turned out graphically. I think obviously this one would be red later on. The text would be red. It's not final. It's by no means final yet. But yeah, this is basically the kind of art I always wanted in my game. Um, it's it's gonna be there's gonna be stylized ad. There's also gonna be like somewhat photorealistic art for what it's worth on a on an Amiga or on a C64 photo in terms of photorealism. But this is kind of like in my game. I really wanted to have like TVs and radios and just like this is like nothing you really need to listen to. It's just a little side thing, just a little Easter egg for my game. But it was really important to me that I had this in the game. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna cut the video here, and this video is gonna go live this weekend. So yeah, until then.